We're diving into an unfortunate experience faced by reality TV star Dolores Catania that really illuminates some critical lessons for, well, all of us.
Exactly.
So let's unpack this surprising situation. Dolores Catania, obviously well known from Real Housewives of New Jersey, she recently revealed on her new podcast, By Order of the Faithfuls, that she was scammed out of a significant sum, a whopping $50,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And this happened while she was filming The Traitors Season 3 over in Scotland.
Right. And what truly stands out about this particular incident is, well, the insidious way this scam operated. Dolores explained she was working with a stylist, which is a very common arrangement, in that industry.
Super common.
The stylist uses the client's credit card to order clothes, then sends them over. It's convenient, sure, but this setup, it inherently relies on an immense degree of trust.
Totally. It's built on trust.
It's a prime example of what we might call trusted insider fraud, where someone, within your professional circle exploits that trust for personal gain.
Okay, but here's the real turning point, right? The moment things started to unravel, Dolores started trying to get in touch with this stylist, asking, "Where's my stuff?" Basic question.
Yeah, where is it?
Meanwhile, the charges just kept appearing on her card. And here's where it gets particularly jarring. She noted the stylist wasn't buying practical items for filming in Scotland, like, I don't know, some tartan plaid.
Right, something appropriate for the location.
Instead, there were charges for things like YSL leather bags and size extra small clothing. And Dolores was quick to point out that even on her best day, as she put it, extra small is not her size.
Not even close, apparently.
So that illustrates this clear, alarming discrepancy between what was being charged and what was actually needed or wanted.
It absolutely does. And this raises, well, an important question. How do you spot the moment? When does a trusting arrangement turn problematic? For Dolores, the alarm bells didn't just ring.
They clanged.
They clanged loudly, exactly, with a very specific $900 charge from Sephora. She immediately knew something was deeply wrong. Why? Because she doesn't shop at Sephora. And frankly, she gets beauty products sent to her weekly as part of her job. So that specific charge, highly suspicious. Undeniable, really.
So once that Sephora charge hit, was that it? Like the moment of full realization? Or was there still maybe some doubt? Because I can imagine it's hard to believe someone you trusted would actually do this.
That's a really great point. It is incredibly difficult to process that kind of betrayal. But that Sephora charge, it seems like it really clarified the situation for her. It wasn't just an anomaly, it was the tip of an iceberg.
Okay.
She then started seeing other unexpected and frankly quite large charges, like $4,000 from Revolve and another $2,500 from Martech. It just becomes so evident how quickly charges can pile up and how much financial damage can be done when someone ruthlessly exploits a trusted payment method. For Dolores, it became a clear pattern of misuse.
Dolores was eventually reimbursed by American Express, which is good news.
Very fortunate.
But she described it as a fight to get her money back.
Right.
This wasn't like a simple click and reverse. It required real effort on her part.
And that's a crucial takeaway for you, the listener. While credit card companies do have fraud protection, these situations aren't always seamless, not always easy. It demonstrates that even with a strong financial institution backing you, recovering from financial missteps, especially those involving a breach of trust like this, it can be an uphill battle. Next update we have about the Real Housewives of Orange County. Things seem really fractured there, especially with this situation involving Katie Ginella recording Shannon Beador.
Oh, yeah. Gina Kirschenheiter came out saying it made the cast feel unsafe.
Katie supposedly recorded Shannon during, a meltdown.
That's the claim. Shared it with Jennifer Pedranti and Alexis Bellino. Though Katie insists she only shared it with her husband, Matt.
Still, Gina wasn't having it, right?
Not at all. She went on Page Six's virtual reality and called Katie's instinct to record icky and violating. She basically said, you just don't do that. It's never bad enough to record anyone.
Which, raises a lot of ethical questions, especially in that environment.
Absolutely. It really brings to life the problem with covert recordings. It shatters trust. And you have to remember, Shannon was going through a terrible time.
Yeah, wasn't that when she was being sued by her ex, John Jansen, for the facelift? And he just got engaged to Alexis?
Exactly. Gina pointed that out. Shannon was having the worst year of her life. So the context makes the recording seem even more, questionable.
Did Gina have advice for Katie?
Yeah, she said basically, don't record it. Go into the next day of filming and tell Shannon. Talk it out on camera, essentially. Gina thought that would have been a better trajectory for Katie on the show.
Has Katie apologized?
Apparently, she apologized to Shannon, yeah. But reports say she's still on the outs with most of the cast, except maybe Tamra Judge.
And wasn't there another incident with Katie Something about a video.
Yeah, separate thing. Katie called out Gretchen Rossi and Jennifer Pedranti for a video mocking Asians, calling it hurtful and inappropriate.
Okay.
Gretchen responded saying the video wasn't aimed at Katie specifically, and they took it down immediately once they realized it could be offensive. So just more layers of conflict surrounding Katie this season.
Okay, still with the Real Housewives of Orange County. Let's get into the NOA trip. That sounded incredibly dramatic. And ended with Tamra Judge quitting on Instagram.
Yeah, that was wild. A very public, unhinged Instagram story, as it was described. Seemed like she was genuinely done.
What led up to that? The trip sounded tense from the start.
It really did.
Yeah.
Gina apparently tried to separate the women because Shannon Beador refused to be around Katie, saying she felt unsafe. So you had Emily with Tamra, Shannon, and Katie sort of kept apart.
And Tamra was going through stuff personally too, right?
Yeah, she mentioned revisiting a place she'd been with Teddy, just weeks before Teddy's brain tumor diagnosis. That's heavy stuff. She was trying to power through, but she also admitted alcohol makes her nasty.
Yeah.
She wanted sober talks.
Which didn't seem to happen?
No. Jenn Pedranti was planning to confront Tamra about some fatty photo situation, and then things really blew up at the Voodoo Queen's house.
Oh, right. Some of them refused to participate.
Yeah. Gretchen, Tamra, and Shannon opted out, but the real explosion was about a rumor.
What was the rumor?
Tamra accused Katie Ginella of telling bloggers that Gretchen Rossi said Tamra had roofied her like 17 years ago during that infamous Naked Wasted episode.
Whoa. Okay, that's a massive accusation.
Huge. Gretchen was apparently appalled, but also seemed to think Tamra was an unreliable source. Tamra claimed 2 people told her this.
Did Gretchen believe Katie?
Gretchen seemed to believe Katie's denial, yeah. She apparently connected it to hints Tamra had dropped earlier and some questions Heather Dubrow had asked about bloggers. Then Tamra apparently backtracked and blamed an unnamed source.
So just pure chaos. And the dinner.
The dinner was the final straw, it seems. Shannon apparently unleashed on Katie, screaming she cannot stand her.
Yikes.
And then Jenn confronted Tamra, who was described as not in her right mind, sloshed, speaking incoherently. Gina told Tamra she was being rude and sloshed.
And Tamra just left.
Left the table, cried, apparently flipped out on Heather, texted Gina to fuck off, and texted Heather, "I'm out." Gina crossed the line.
And then the Instagram story.
Then the Instagram story. It was a long run. When life gives you real problems, this reality doesn't make sense. Peace out. I'm out.
Okay, let's switch gears. Next update we have about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. There was some buzz around Dorit Kemsley and a shopping trip.
Ah, yes, the Rodeo Drive Pap Stroll.
Yeah.
Dorit was filmed for season 15 carrying, I think, 3 shopping bags, a couple of them Hermes.
And people immediately cried foul.
Immediately. Fans jumped online, accusing her of staging the whole thing. You're referencing Sutton Strack's old port comment, especially with the news about their house being in pre-foreclosure earlier this year.
So what were people saying specifically? What made it look staged?
Well, comments were flying. People said the bags looked empty, light as a feather. Some even claimed they looked damaged, like they weren't actually new purchases.
Interesting details.
Yeah, and someone pointed out that Hermes usually puts valuable items in plain white bags inside the orange ones to deter theft, and apparently these bags didn't look like they had that protection.
So the speculation was
That the bags were just props, maybe empty or filled with tissue, and that any items inside would be returned right after filming wrapped.
Okay, next update we have about the Valley. The drama didn't stop with the finale, did it? Now we've got Jesse Lally's girlfriend, Lacey Nicole, responding to claims from Michelle Sani.
Right, this whole thing about legal threats. Michelle hinted at the reunion that Lacey threatened her legally at the finale party.
Yeah, she said her lawyer told her not to spill the details, which, sounds serious.
It does. But Lacey came out pretty quickly on, I think it was a TikTok video, denying any legal threats, denying suing anyone.
So what did happen, according to Lacey?
Well, she clarified that she sent one letter, just one, back in June.
Okay.
And it was about a specific statement Michelle made on camera, something about Lacey endangering kids.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a serious accusation.
Exactly. Lacey called it damaging and untrue. And apparently Michelle replied personally, no lawyer involved, just saying she won't say that again.
So not quite the legal showdown Michelle implied.
Doesn't sound like it. Lacey said she fell back into a corner, being painted as a bad parent or person.
And what about the finale party incident itself?
Lacey's version is quite different. She says she showed up after the cameras were down, and then Michelle's drunk boyfriend grabbed her, and she just left immediately.
Okay, that's messy. Is there any proof?
Well, Lacey mentioned that Jasmine Good apparently has video, and that Michelle begged her to delete it because Michelle was screaming in it.
Wow.
Yeah, and Lacey was hoping maybe security footage might surface. Even Andy Cohen apparently wished Lacey had been filming. Jessie Lally defended her too.
Next update we have about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills involves potential new cast members. There's talk about someone named Amanda Francis.
Yes, Amanda Francis. She's rumored to be joining for season 15, along with Christine Blackman, who's apparently a friend of Kyle Richards.
And Amanda has a connection to Kyle too, right? A pretty big one.
A very big one. She's the one who bought Kyle and Mauricio Mansky's old Bel Air mansion back in 2022. Paid what, $6.1 million for it?
Wow, okay. So that's an immediate storyline connection right there.
Exactly. She even remodeled it because she found out she was pregnant just days after closing on the house.
Has she interacted with the show's world before?
Apparently she got some unwanted attention from RHOBH fans just for moving into Kyle's old place. She even posted something like, "Enough already," and shared a screenshot of DMs with Kyle.
So she's already been drawn in a way.
Seems like it. And now she's been spotted filming with the cast on a girls' trip. Pictures showed her with Kyle, Erica Jane, Rachel Zoe, Jennifer Tilly, Sutton, Boz St. John, and Kathy Hilton.
Quite the lineup. What's Amanda's background?
Her Instagram bio calls her the Money Queen. Says she's a mama, CEO, self-made multimillionaire, best-selling author by 3, repetitive, unrealistic goal achiever. Originally from Oklahoma, partner Eddie Sivaslavsky, 4 kids.
Sounds like she could bring a different energy.
Definitely. And it's fascinating, isn't it, how the show seems to be weaving in new people through these existing connections, especially real estate.
Okay, next update we have about the Real Housewives of Miami. A photo of Larsa Pippen went viral recently. She looked quite different.
Yeah, that photo got a lot of attention. Her face looked really swollen. People were saying she was unrecognizable, had a completely different face.
What was her explanation?
She said she'd had PRP, that's platelet-rich plasma, done on her face a couple of days before the photo was taken.
Okay.
And she apparently had an allergic reaction which caused the swelling.
That makes sense. But did she say anything else about the photo itself?
Yeah, this is interesting. She suggested the photo might have been like enhanced or altered to make the swelling look even worse than it was. She literally said, "I'm wondering if someone made the photo look like that."
So questioning the photo's authenticity.
Exactly. She commented to a fan, "It's not how I look. I wonder who enhanced my face and sent it everywhere." It just demonstrates that double-edged sort of fame, right? The intense focus on appearance and how quickly things can spread online, maybe not even accurately.
And didn't her ex, Marcus Jordan, react?
He did. He commented on the Instagram post with just the eye emoji and the zippered mouth emoji.
Which everyone took as...
Pretty much everyone interpreted it as him throwing shade. Just adds another layer to the whole situation.
Next update we have about the Real Housewives of Miami focuses on Lisa Hochstein. She recently opened up about her divorce from Lenny, specifically how she first found out he was cheating.
Yeah, this was quite the revelation. Her divorce from Lenny was finalized after 2 long years, and she's now with Jody Glidden.
So what did she share? This was way back, right?
Way back in 2013, she said on the Vile Files. She apparently snooped on Lenny's Instagram DMs and found a message from another woman.
Oh, wow. How did that play out?
She confronted him. He confessed, said he wanted a divorce, and told her he didn't love her. This was before they had kids. She said she just fell to the ground when she heard it.
That's devastating. How did it impact things long term?
Lisa said she felt she never moved on from losing trust back then, and she claims Lenny has never apologized for it. It really illuminates the lasting scars of betrayal.
What's the relationship like now for co-parenting?
She described it as a lot up and down, and not great right now. Interestingly, she said things actually had a bit better when Lenny and his ex-fiancée, Katharina, broke up.
Why was that?
Lisa felt there were less articles coming out then. She accused Katharina of basically using her family, her kids, and the show to get famous, saying she allegedly wanted to be the new queen of Miami.
So the drama continues even after the main relationship ends.
Absolutely.
Next, we are going to talk about the Valley, specifically Jax Taylor's confirmed departure. This has been quite the topic, hasn't it? Especially after Danny Booko's little social media, stirred things up again.
Oh, yeah. Danny liking that fan post. The one saying, "Tonight is Jax's last night on Bravo TV."
Exactly. And this was a whole month after Jax had already said he was leaving.
Right.
So what's the official line from Jax? He confirmed it back in July, right?
He did, yeah. July 16th, he basically said it had been a really tough year and he needed to step back, focus on his sobriety, his mental health, and, co-parenting his son, Cruz.
Right. And his rep mentioned sobriety, too.
Yeah, later on. Celebrating, I think, 200 days sober from alcohol and cocaine, and emphasizing the ongoing mental health work.
And remember the reunion fallout with Danny? Nia and Danny were pretty upset with Jax.
Oh, definitely. They confronted him about shading Danny's drinking, allegedly lying about him, even claiming Jax said they were protected by production.
Yeah, and Janet and Jessica Perna had also commented on Danny's drinking, suggesting he had a problem. So there's a lot of history there.
There is. And then you have the producer, Alex Baskin, weighing in. His take was interesting.
What did he say?
He basically said his job is to tell the whole story, which includes Brittany Cartwright's experience too. It wasn't about, quote, platforming an abuser, but about platforming the story responsibly.
So trying to be fair to everyone involved, even when it's messy.
Exactly. It just demonstrates the complexity. You've got Jax's reasons, Danny's reaction, the producer's stance, all tangled up with sobriety, mental health, and the pressures of reality TV.
Okay, our final update takes us to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. This involves Luis Ruelas, Teresa Giudice's husband, and a legal battle with an ex that's now pulling in other people.
Yeah, this is a messy one. Luis is in this ongoing legal fight with his ex-fiancée, Vanessa Reiser, and now he's dragged Kim DePaola, former RHONJ figure, into it.
Okay, break this down. When did the original conflict start?
It kicked off in late 2020 after Luis and Vanessa ended their 2-year relationship. Luis filed first, wanting a $135,000 engagement ring back and a restraining order about some joint funds.
What were his claims?
He claimed he'd supported her financially, paid thousands for wedding stuff, and put money into a $1.7 million home renovation.
And Vanessa's side?
She counterclaimed, alleging Luis was controlling and had harmed her career. Her request for a restraining order was denied, though. They reached an agreement in July 2020 about the ring return and not making nasty public statements about each other.
But it didn't end there?
Nope. Luis filed again in October 2024, this time alleging Vanessa violated that agreement by trash-talking him on social media. Her lawyer denied it.
So where does Kim D come in?
This is the latest twist. Luis tried to get Vanessa's lawyer, Douglas Anton, removed from the case. Why? Because Anton had previously represented Kim DePaola.
Ah, claiming a conflict of interest.
Exactly. Luis's lawyer argued Anton was caught between conflicting loyalties.
What was the lawyer's response? And Kim's?
Anton basically said his past work for Kim years ago has no bearing on this current case. He noted Kim actually referred Vanessa to him, and Kim D backed him up, saying she's known Anton for over 15 years and there was no confidential information that would cause a problem.
Did Luis succeed in getting the lawyer removed?
No, his request was denied on August 7th. But it just raises this question, doesn't it? How these personal histories and legal fights can get so tangled, pulling in people from years past and showing just how interconnected that whole reality TV world can be, even off camera.
Wow, what a roller coaster of updates today.